Let's see, we got Doom Feathers. This is the first time I've ever seen this pet. He is 273 speed. He's got a dodge and a soul rush. Reminds me of another pet that I haven't seen in a long time. Trying to remember. It's a dragon too. Okay. Let's start with the peeling, I think. He's good force versus the little Ragnar, so I don't want to 1v1 here, but I can probably... is it worth... I think Toxic Fumes is the most value. He doesn't have a weather change on his team, so what I can do is throw up the weather and then Great Sting for an extra duration. I could dot him up, but not sure if it's worth it. If he has Railgun, that could be good. I think I will, let's see, which does more damage. Let's do Rip, because if he decides to... he does have Metal Fist. Okay. I don't have an Elemental. I do want to save Peeling for later, but he's a very bad cleanup pet, so maybe... I'll throw up Swarm of Flies and then swap. Oh, he's going for a repair. Well. I think it's a speed tie for me to be able to kill him with Toxic Fume, so I'll bring in the Root Stinger. Actually, if he gets the heal off before I take out the Mechanical Racial, I don't think that's too big of a deal. It's not great, but I think I would go for the Puncture Wound. Yeah, I think Puncture Wound's the play. I wanted to get my Great Sting off as soon as possible, but I somewhat doubt I can get off 2 Great Stings this game, so I think taking out his Mechanical Racial early was the play. So I'm going to try to get as much AoE damage with my Root Stinger before he dies as possible. I am playing the PS, so I'm faster than him, but I don't think I'll survive for Puncture Wound. Don't think I died to this turret. Yeah, but I do die on the next round, so... Go ahead and sacrifice the Root Stinger here so that my other pets don't take damage. And I can swap them freely. Okay, so it's a speed tie here. I think I'll save... I don't know. I'm not sure what to do here. I think I'll bring in the peeling. Okay, so Swarm of Flies is up for one more turn. I think we just go for Rip. I'm not sure. Let me just go for Rip. Yeah, he won the speed tie, so if I used Toxic Fumes there, it would have been a waste. But I am faster than both of his pets here with the peeling, which is good. So I can... He's probably going to go for Soul Rush. I think Toxic Fumes is the most value. It does the most damage. Yeah, I'm going to go for Toxic Fumes. Okay. Well, while he is dodging, which I did not predict, I'm a little surprised he didn't go for that. I guess he's saving Soul Rush for my Infested Bear Cub, but I can throw up Swarm of Flies and it does hit him through his dodge. I think the move here is Diseased Bite. I could actually have run the stun because I'm faster than Little Ragnaros, but it's okay. I'm not going to go for Hibernate. I'm just going to try to... Oh no, I low rolled and he survived. That's unlucky. Okay. I feel like my WoW is like way too loud. Let's turn it down a little bit. Okay, let's go for a mole. If that trap goes off, I lose. Need a high roll right here. Come on, Infested Bear Cub. Okay, he dies to Swarm of Flies. It does go through, right? Yep, it does. Okay, lucky. Not sure if I played that correctly, but it worked out. Alright, these are my Gone Wild on teams. Yeah, any of these look fun? Okay, so we're queuing into Little Ragnaros, the Clockwork Gnome. Do I have anything with like a shell shield? The Rabbit would do pretty well versus his whole team. Um, hmm. Let's try it. I really hope they change their mind on wild-caught pets like not being usable in battle. Because this is one of my favorite like theme teams is Gone Wild and just finding wild-caught pets. Discodoggy came up with the idea, and it's been really popular for like trying to put together pets that you don't typically see a lot. Some of them are popular, like you'll see rabbits and a couple of these, but got a Gone Wild and Clone Dance team. How would that do versus him? Well, I have Call Lightning. I don't know if that's a good idea. So that dragon reminded me of, I don't even know if it shows in the what is it called? Soul Rush? There's a dragon with like that same moveset. The Netherwhelp, that's what it reminds me of. I think so the Netherwhelp's a little faster. Other than that, I think they have the same moveset. I used to see that a lot, but I don't think it's obtainable anymore. We have HP, Ruby Droplet. That Fosling's a big problem. I don't know if I have anything that can kill Fosling. About all I have to help me out versus him is a Weather Changer. Yeah, and he knows it. He knows that he just wins with Fosling. What can I do here? I'm gonna save the rabbit for later. I was suspecting he would start with the Servant of Debidos. I don't even have Conflagrate. Okay, let's start with the Fell Flame, and I have HH too. I wish I had HP versus this guy. I can change that weather on him, but he's gonna ignore the dot. Maybe I can dot him up. Okay, so he does have Crush, which means he's gonna be doing weak damage to my spider. Although I'm not really worried about him killing me, I'm just worried about like whether I can kill him. Let's go for Immolation. It'll start to add up over time. I'm not sure if I want to swap to my Fosling or not. I mean, sorry, the Bleak Skitter. I'm gonna try it so that I can Lake Blood, get some healing from Immolation and Flame Breath. But he's about to change my weather back. Okay, he brought in the Servant of Demidos. It's probably in my best interest to bring in the rabbit here. I want to, not sure. He's gonna heal for a lot versus my beast, so yeah, I'm gonna swap in the rabbit, and he can't get stunned, which is good. Okay, do I think he's gonna go for an attack or try to heal? I'm gonna dodge. Let's see if he, yeah, he predicted the dodge. This guy's not dumb. Is it worth going for attacks? I think it's better to bring in the Fell Flame, even though I'm not taking damage. It's really not about surviving versus this guy, it's about how can I ever kill that Fosling. So I'm going to change that weather right away so he does less healing. And he's still basically full HP. Even though I have a weather changer. I would be a lot better off if I had more attack power with my Fell Flame, but I'm running HH because the idea here is, of course, Plague Blood with Immolation. Let's see if he goes for Bubble. My Immolation will break it. Don't have an aquatic to take weak damage from Absorb. I think I'll bring in my Skitterer again. Okay. Go for a Plagued Blood so I can get some healing from my Fell Flame from these dots. And then while he has Bubble Up, I'll start stacking up Empowering Strikes. Okay. We can go for another Plague Blood, or I can try to change his weather right away. I'm not sure which is better. I have Immolation going, so... I'm going to go for Plagued Blood. He has to take 2 globals to start his healing. And so... Yeah, but I have to take 2 globals to swap, so I don't know. Maybe the Plague Blood was a mistake. I feel like if he plays correctly, I just kind of have no way to beat him with this team. All of my pets are really low attack power, and he just does so much healing. Let's go for a Flame Breath. If he stays in, I'm getting some decent healing now from Immolation with Flame Breath. And his Fosling's almost dead. His other 2 pets are still pretty high health. I think he might swap, so I'm going to go for another Flame Breath. Okay. Yeah, I think at this point I need to sacrifice my Fell Flame, try to get off as much damage as possible so that I can, I don't know. Okay, so he doesn't have very much damage, which means I can maybe Immolation and swap. It's 154. I'm not sure. Let's go for Immolation. I feel like he's going to use Bubble on this next turn. Oh, he attacked me. Dang it. I'm going to die to Scorched Earth. I was counting on him not using Bubble and being able to get off a survival or a plague, yeah, survival into Plague Blood. Well, let's see if our rabbit can 1v3 here. It's too bad that Flurry doesn't break Bubble anymore. Maybe I should have stayed in my Fell Flame to attack him. It looks like he's not using Bubble. Let's go for a dodge. He would probably be best off using Bubble now, but I can take away a charge of it with Immolation. Yep, there's the Bubble. Okay. Well, let's go for a Burrow. Immolation should take away the second charge of Bubble here. And maybe we can, like, land a high roll with Burrow and kill him? Nah. We got a high roll, but it wasn't high enough. It's a good try, team. Yeah, the rabbit didn't really do me any favors there. I just needed more attack power. Let's try this team I was looking at earlier. I have a weather changer, a bit more damage this time. So if I get that same guy, I don't have any aquatic damage, which is a bummer, but I think I'll at least have a better matchup. Okay, we got the Anomalous Wind Trader, Death Adder with Sunreaver Micro Sentry. I don't think I can beat him with this team, but I'll try. As well stun him. I'm not sure here. I guess probably I want to do Jungle Beak versus Death Adder Hatchling, Lost Limb versus the Micro Sentry, and then Dragon versus the magic is kind of my best chance of success. Start stacking up Empowering Strikes, and then we'll see if he jukes. This guy doesn't juke very often. I don't think I've ever seen him juke. Might go for a blind here. So I'll go for an. Well, I want the flyer versus him. I think I'll just stay in because I might win this coin toss. That was nice. That's a good crit. And now he has no blind. So um, is it worth bringing in the Jungle Beak? I think I'm gonna bring in the Golden Hatchling so that I can get my Clone Dance running. Even though I'd rather have him versus Anomalous. He does do strong damage versus the Death Adder if he stays in here. Actually, do I go for Call Lightning or Cyclone first? I think he's going to go for Puncture Wounded Swap. I'm going to go for the Call Lightning. That might be a misplay, but... Let's see here. Does Toxic Fumes kill me? It does. But I think this guy runs Void Nova. Oh, he brought in that guy. Well, I'm okay with that. Let's go for a Cyclone, and I have my Dragon Racial, which if he kills me right now, I think means that my Cyclone has a 50% damage buff for the entire duration. Okay, Lost Limb versus Anomalous is actually not a bad matchup, especially since he's already taken a bit of damage. He's going to take more from... He's going to take more from Cyclone. I'm going to take a lot of damage here. But after I lose my Flying Racial, I am still faster by 4 speed, which is great. So I can Rain Dance, buff that Cyclone. And I think my dragon did die with his Dragon Racial, so this should be doing lots of damage. Yeah, 176, that feels like it was probably buffed by a Dragon Racial. Let's go for Nocturnal Strike. This is going really well for us, actually. I think I win. I think... Let's see, 216. I was debating actually passing there to let him kill my flyer and give me a free swap into my undead, but I think I won either way. I didn't really want my Jungle Beak to be versus Anomalous, because then he gets a free AoE attack into me, and I think I'd win, but... Alright, teams are a little bit competitive right now, so I don't know about Wild and Pets. I mean, these teams would probably do just fine, but that's kind of boring. Like, y'all seen me play Sandstorm 1,000 times before, so... let's see if I can find something more creative to play with here. Got Anomalous, and then the Blossoming Ancient, or Brute, I think it was. No, it's Fosling. Yeah, they're all the same. How do I feel about this team? I have a Weather Changer. Don't know if I have the damage to kill Fosling. This team actually should do decent versus the Wind Trader, but I don't know if I'm going to get him again. It's a little risky running this Beast Pet versus his Mechanical, but I am faster than the Death Adder with this guy. I'm going to try this team out. I don't have high hopes versus Fosling, but I'm hoping I don't get him again. At least I do have a weather changer. Okay, we got the same guy. Let's try this matchup. He likes to start with Anomalous, so I could start with either of these. I think in the end I want to have my Silver Dragonhawk hatchling, so I'll probably... Yeah, the problem with the Arachnid Ambusher is while he is faster than Anomalous and I can kill him quickly, if he is smart and holds on to his Poison Protocol until I Toxic Fumes, it's going to buff his AoE damage, which isn't as bad for this particular team because he doesn't have any other AoE damage, but still. Fortunately, he just used it on cooldown like a bot, so that helps my chances of winning. And he's rooted now, which means if he tries to swap, it's not going to work. So, my thinking with the Ambusher is I can root him, put up my weather, and then I think he dies to Devour the Weak. Yeah, it's going to be 666 damage, and he can't swap, so he is doomed to die here. I don't quite have my Beast Racial yet, but that's okay. I will shortly. And this guy is pretty bad versus both these pets. It's a speed tie versus the Death Adder, and then of course he gets just like one shot by the Beast. So I think I should probably just sacrifice him here. Ow. Okay, well, he's rooted. I can bring in, Tinytron is a decent matchup, actually. I think I'll do that. Because he runs, Laser. If he had Fell Immolate, I think I would have to bring in the Dragonhawk. It'd be a tough one to win. He is rooted, so maybe I go for Lightning Shield. I don't know if Lightning Shield is really worth it, though. I think Poison Protocol is a little better. Actually, Flamethrower might be better. I think Poison Protocol is the move here. Lightning Shield does do a lot of damage to him, but I'm not going to live for very long, so I think it's better if I just go for actual attacks. Especially since my attacks are strong versus him, too. Yeah, that lightning's really hurting him. I got lots of dots ticking. Mechanical Racial's gone, and he has 2 elemental dots on him, so he should die to, like, anything here. Oh, he actually dies to the dots. Wow. I underestimated lightning. Okay, do I think he's gonna dot me? I think he might blind me. He kind of plays like a bot. Oh, nope. Nope, he went for a Poison Fang. Well, if he attacks me, then he's going to hurt himself. He's not burning anymore, but Conflagrate still kills him. That team would be a lot scarier if he ran Fell Immolate and Toxic Fumes. And, yeah, he'd probably have a lot more success with it, but... Let's see here. Do I play another Arachnid Ambusher team? Not sure how this team would do versus him. Probably do better versus the... versus the Fosling, because I have a lot of damage. Well, not a lot. I got some AoE damage for him, Weather Changers. I can Nocturnal Strike with Uncanny Luck, so I don't have to worry about missing. How about that mechanical guy? The Anomalous Wind Trader. So I'd probably start with the Ambusher. And then 1v1 Anomalous, same as before. If he's smart, though, he can get extra AoE damage into me. Crow's great versus the Death Adder because I'm faster even without my Flying Racial. And I take weak damage from him. Damp Scrap versus the Mechanical. Yeah, like actually, I actually like that matchup, especially because he's very predictable with how he plays. He kind of just starts with Anomalous, then he cleans up with his Beast, and he doesn't adapt very much. I've never seen him juke, I don't think, a single time, or even try to. Okay, we got someone else regardless, which I'm glad about because I was getting bored fighting that guy. Bone Serpent, MPD, Scourged Whelpling. The Scourged Whelpling's the weak link, but these two are really strong. I suspect I'll start with the Bone Serpent. Not sure what to do. Maybe I start with a Damp Scrat and do strong damage to him. Ah, that might be what I have to do here. Oh, we started with the MPD. Do not have a decoy breaker of any sort on my team. That is too bad. Let's go for a Great Sting. Actually, does Devour the Weak break decoy? Like Puncture Wound? I don't know. Maybe I want to save my Damp Scrat for later. Because he does strong damage to these guys. Is it worth swapping? Do I go for Uncanny Luck? Probably not the move while he has decoy up. I think I'll attack once. And he's trying to burn down my Damp Scrat. Okay. Okay, let's see here. I think I'm gonna bring in the Ambusher. I want to save my HP on my Damp Scrat. Go for a Sticky Web to take out that decoy. This MPD is a big problem for this team. Okay, I think I want to probably Toxic Fumes right away. I might only get off 2 attacks. And I do have my Beast Racial, so it'll hit fairly hard. It's weak damage versus the Undead, so I want to use it before he maybe swaps here. If I was him, I'd probably save that MPD for later. It's a really strong cleanup pet. Okay, let's go for a Sticky Web. And he did swap. That was smart. Okay. Well, I can burn down this Bone Serpent. It'll be, I think, actually 25% plus 666. Is that going to kill him? Huge. Alright, that was the problem pet. MPD's strong, but Bone Serpent's better. So that is a trade I'm happy to make. Now, can I 1v1 a Scourged Whelpling with a Crow? That's questionable. Doubt it. Do I go for Uncanny Luck first or Great Sting first? I think Uncanny Luck. Because then my Great Stings will have a higher crit chance. Maybe that was not the play. Maybe I should have just went for Great Sting to get the dot rolling quickly. But we'll see how this goes. He's gonna go for another decoy and Thunderbolt. This is a really bad matchup. I have no decoy breaker. Just try to crit him, maybe? Nope. I think I'll still take out his Mechanical Racial, but I still have to bang my head up against a couple decoys. So let's do that. Then Undead versus Crow. That's not good. And he's going to hit me with a full Thunderbolt. Maybe he'll miss. I think if he lands this Thunderbolt, I am screwed, because then Call Darkness will kill me. I should have probably started with the Ambusher. But I thought he was going to start with the Bone Serpent, so it was a bit of a mind game. Okay, let's go for Alpha Strike. If he misses Call Darkness, I can still win, or if he doesn't run it. And by win, I mean tie. I still think the best I can hope for versus this guy is a draw. Yeah, he landed it. Alright, well. Needed a decoy breaker. And to start with a different pet. Okay, so do I have any other damp scrat teams that have a decoy breaker? No decoy breaker there. Well, we have Autumn Breeze, but that's not ideal. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, I never got a test if Devour the Weak is a decoy breaker. Okay, so we have a decoy breaker here. Let's try this team. And the Nightshade Sproutlink's pretty good versus the MPD too, if he decides to save it like he did for like a cleanup pet. Yeah, I think this team will do somewhat better versus him. How are we doing? Are we 3-2 right now? We started here. Here. All right, 3-2. I feel like that last game was winnable if I started with the ambusher maybe. I thought he would start with the Bone Serpent, but in hindsight, that's not too bad of a matchup either. I mean, um, eh, it's hard to say. He could have started with the Bone Serpent or the MPD, so now I know how he likes to play. Got a Snail. Power Kunlai Runt. Little Bling. This is a good matchup for me. Could start with anything, but I think Icky's gonna probably be my best bet. Yeah, I'm gonna start with Icky. He's gonna be my starter and my cleanup pet probably. So let's go for Cyclone. Little Bling versus the Nightshade is awkward because it's a speed tie, and I have a move that does more damage if I go first. But I take weak damage from it, so I should still win that matchup. Let's bring in the Scrat. Uncanny Luck. He doesn't have any elementals, so I don't need Uncanny Luck to set up my Nocturnal Strike later on. And my Scrat is weak damage versus the humanoid, so I think the move here is spam a damage on my Scrat until he dies to give my Nightshade Sproutling a free swap. And I should be doing a lot of AoE damage now with Uncanny Luck, Cyclone, and Great Sting combined. I suspect he has Blinktron gift package, so I should probably go for a Darkness to try to, well, yeah, no, that's the move for sure. I was thinking about bringing in the Flyer to, like, get out another Cyclone. No, he's going to take strong damage if he lands that. Don't want to blind it, because I would rather him actually hit me, I think, than heal. Let's go for Call Darkness so that it comes back off cooldown earlier. He did win the coin toss, and he got the heal, which is a little unlucky. But now we have a great matchup versus Little Bling, so go ahead and go for Lashes. We have a 30% crit chance, so that came in handy because we got a double. They both crit. I need another double to kill him, though. No, no double. I should be just fine, though. I think the Nightshade Sproutling can 1v3 here, no problem. These two pets are slower. Gary takes weak damage, but I almost have Call Lightning back, so... I mean, Call Darkness. Probably go for one of these abilities. If he has Shell Shield, actually, I'm not really going to do much damage at all to him. I think the play here is go for Blinding Poison because I don't want to get hit with either of these. Yeah, that would hit really hard. Probably just pass. It's hard to say. Yeah, I think pass is the move. Because I can... Let's see here. Probably Call Darkness is the move. Let's go for... let's go for a Lash in case he goes for a Shell Shield. Yeah, because once he has that shield up, my Lash is going to do like negative DPS. And then we can kill him with Call Darkness, which sets up Icky to be able to Nocturnal Strike if I die here. And he has the powers, so if he slows me, I think I'm still faster. By just a hair. Let's find out. Oh, it's a speed tie. That is awkward. Definitely worth going for the coin toss here. And we won. But even if I lost there, I still have a Nocturnal Strike lined up to hit him, so we'll be just fine. Okay. Got a level. Not sure what to take here. Sure. That looks fine. Okay. Alright, let's pick a team. We need a decoy breaker because there's an MPD out and about. I need a weather changer because there is a Fosling, although I haven't seen him in a minute. And I'd like to be strong versus anomalous, so do I have something that fits that description? Well, I like this team, but my only decoy breaker is Maul. That's not very good. Also, there's a lot of... Well, I was about to say there's a lot of darkness pets. There's a Bone Serpent and another darkness pet on the same team, so Dragon is a little bit... Don't know how I feel about this team versus that guy. That's who I'm worried about getting again. Maybe I play the Vengeful Porcupet, because that would do really good versus these two undeads. Do I have a team with him that looks good? Have I played this team yet? I have not. Lost Quill versus the MPD is not great, and I don't really have a great decoy breaker with this team. I've got Autumn Breeze, which I would rather not have to waste to break decoy, but I mean, I don't really use it for the blind. Generally, I use it for the heal, so if I get this guy, I think I will win. It's not a great team. Any other teams that look decent? I guess. So Mr. Delver almost has everything I'm looking for. He's good versus anomalous. He has a decoy breaker. He's faster than the MPD. Does not have a weather changer. So if I play him, I need something that can kill Fosling on my team. I'm thinking maybe Trunks. I have weather changer. He hits hard. Maybe I'll try that team. Let's see what we get. Okay. Two beasts, three beasts. It's a family brawler team. For some reason, I thought that would be a humanoid. He has two minefields, and I have a beast. Yikes. That's not fun. Well, it's probably going to start with somebody and throw down minefield. I think my best bet is to start with the... I mean, I could start with the Lost Quill, actually, and see what he does. put him to sleep, and he can't do anything about it. Don't see a huge reason not to do that. I might actually just put up Deep Research too, because as far as I remember, it's a permanent buff, like Bubble. And I don't think he has anything he can really do about that. So if I go to sleep if I Deep Research, the animation ends whenever the sleep ends. I feel like that's gonna, yeah, be worth. He's gonna get off that minefield because he swapped. It's not smart. For some reason, I thought he would stay in. Okay, well, I can still eat the minefield with my elemental, so that's good. I don't really like the elemental versus... Okay, that was weird. I'm not sure why he did that. Okay, oh, he actually might have Grinch's Gift. Let's bring in Drafty. This is a good matchup. I don't want Drafty versus Jingles, because I'm slower. Do I Wild Winds here, or do I Wind Buffet? I think I'll go for a Wind Buffet. I want to know what he's running here, but I suspect it's Grinch's Gift. Do I stay and find out? Do I heal? I don't know. Let's heal, because I really want to know what he's running. And now he has a 25% mischance with whatever he uses. And it was Grinch's Gift. Okay. Well, it's a good thing it wasn't the other one. That hit hard. Okay. So now I will swap him. Oh, he swapped for me. Was that a juke? Maybe he just liked this matchup better. I suspect he just wanted to use his cooldowns to swap out, so hard to say what happened there. Let's go for Wild Winds. Not sure what this guy's running. Maybe Brittle Webbing with Leech Life? Kind of want to just stay in on Drafty, because I don't like him versus Jingles since I'm slower. I still have a charge of Deep Research to eat this minefield whenever my Drafty dies. Which I don't think will be quite yet. I should survive if he doesn't crit me. Wait, did I crit him? Huh. For some reason I thought he wouldn't die. Guess I can't do math or read. So he'll probably kill me with something here. Is it worth saving my Drafty for later? Yeah, probably not. Let's go for an Autumn Breeze. Oh, he crit me. No. Okay, well, clearly I'm not about to bring in my Beast versus the minefield. I can't put him to sleep because of the Wild Winds. Well, I can, but it'd be a bad idea. He's probably going to go for that minefield right now, which I don't think I can outlive with my Lost Quill. He's good at stalling, but I don't know if he can stall for 9 turns. I would rather just take the safe route and bring in my Beast before he gets the minefield out. Should be faster than him, and I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 Powerballs, but we'll find out. That was a misplay for him to use Gift of Winter Veil. He should have waited until he was slower, because once he's slower, Pounce is going to do like no damage. Okay, so he might swap here. I'm going to go for flanks, even if he doesn't swap. All I need is like 1 triple and I'd kill him. And he did swap like I thought he might, so... Now we'll go for Spirit Spikes. He might have Blink Strike. Oh, that does a lot of damage. Okay, well I do have Brittle Webbing on me still, so that's going to hurt because he has a Beast Racial with it, but... Brittle Webbing's a little undertuned. It's... You don't want to ignore it, but... Yeah, he did have Blink Strike as it turned out. Okay, should be in the clear now. I'm faster than Jingles with my Lost Quill, and I still have full HP. These two pets are just... yeah, I think that was a misclick. I think he meant to hit his 3 ability or something. He just had a bad matchup. Yeah, if you don't have a way to like outspeed these two pets, they are very powerful. And then this pet provides some good support with AoE heal and coverage to, I guess, aquatics. Spirit Spikes used to be bugged where it do less damage versus aquatics, but I feel like I played this team in my last video. It was fun, but I want to try other teams with Trunks maybe. Do I have any other teams that have a decoy breaker? Well, this team does. Did I play this last time? I don't know if I did in the video. Oh wait, I did play it in the video and I played badly, I remember. What did I do wrong? Let's look at the game. It was like 2 days ago. Was it this game? I think it was. So what did I do wrong? Oh right, so I sacrificed Gurgle when I should have just Uncanny Lucked and then brought in Trunks and then had him as my cleanup pet. And that could have maybe given me a win. So let's see if I can play this team better this time. Okay, so how would it do versus Bone Serpent and MPD, though? That Bone Serpent's gonna just destroy Gurgle. And I do have a Decoy Breaker, but MPD is like the last pet that I want to queue into with Trunks. This might be a bad decision to play this team, but I've only seen him once, so maybe we won't get him again. Okay, little Ragnaros again. I guess this is probably the same guy as before, but he was running that Netherwhelp reskin, I think. Probably start with the Clockwork Gnome. The big downside to this team, it's incredibly scripted. I can basically start with one of these two pets, and it's generally better to just start with the Blighthawk. Yeah, no, you kind of have to start with a Blighthawk and just kind of mindlessly... Oh, he might go for a one-shot. Well, if I were to eat that one-shot with somebody, it's probably going to have to be the Blighthawk. Okay, he is going for YOLO Spirit Claws. Let's see here. It'd be smart for him to go for the Prowl here. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to eat this, whatever it is, on Gurgle, because he has a Beast Racial. It might one-shot me. I think I have to sacrifice my Blighthawk here, even though he's stunned. Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice him. Oh, 970. I could have brought in Gurgle. Oh well. So he probably doesn't have AoE, which means I can save the Blighthawk for later. He's actually faster than Little Ragnaros, so... Is it worth going for the stun, or do I go for Lucky Dance first? I think it is worth it to go for the stun. Oh, well. Not if he's going to swap like that. Actually have a good matchup versus Little Ragnaros here. Maybe I just go for damage. I feel like... I should still go for Lucky Dance. I have Cyclone out. Yeah, and he swapped, so... I'm not sure if he was trying to bait me into going for an attack and ignoring my Lucky Dance, but my intuition was play the script, don't try to get fancy. Because this team is very scripted. You basically start with your Blighthawk, you Cyclone, then you bring in Gurgle, you use Lucky Dance, and then you bring in Trunks, and now you have a 100% hit chance. And if you do anything out of order, well, you won't have a 100% hit chance on Alex Flyer, you won't buff your Cyclone. It's just kind of has to be played this way. So I think I'll go for Moonfire first. I do weak damage to the mechanical, but still a lot of damage, especially if I get some crits. I think I'll go for... I'll go for Avalanche. It's extra crit damage, and it does more damage versus the mechanical. I think I'll go for that. Then I can take out his mechanical racial guaranteed here, so I'm going to do that. I want to try to get as much AoE damage into Little Ragnos as I can, so I can just, like, kill him quickly with Gurgle before hopefully he gets on a trap. Kind of want to sacrifice Trunks here. I don't know, actually. Is that smart? I think what I'll do is I'll bring the Blighthawk and I'll save Trunks for later. If I just get, like, one hit of Cyclone of both of these pets, I'm pretty sure they die too when Alex fly. So I'm going to go for... Yeah, I'm going to go for Cyclone. I have to kill him before he gets that repair off. Let's see here. So if I go for Lucky Dance, I don't think Blackout Kick will interrupt the heal. I think it still heals him even if he's stunned. Could go for the guaranteed kill, but I think it's better to go for Lucky Dance and just pray that Cyclone hits him here. If it doesn't, okay, yeah, it did. I was going to say if it doesn't, then I also need to pray for a hard-hitting a high roll. But Cyclone saved us, so even if we got a low roll there. I feel like Lucky Dance was the play because I'm too far behind otherwise. I'd kind of a little bit depend on RNG, so definitely don't want to have a trap go down, so we'll go ahead and stun him. That'll allow our Cyclone to keep ticking away. I think... might still be able to get a full heal off. No, not likely. He's pretty low HP. Let's go for a Deep Claw. Oh. I think he should have sacrificed his little Ragnaros instead of swapping there. He might have lost either way, but now he definitely loses. Alright. Well. That worked out. I'll go for one more win and call it. This video's getting a little long. Right now, the teams to beat are MPD, Bone Serpent, and then Fosling. Any new teams I have? Well, I lost with this team. Maybe we give it another try. Don't know about that team. Maybe we try this team again. Not sure. So it was a Damp Scrat team. I like the Damp Scrat a lot. I feel like I could have played that a little differently, but I don't know if it would have won the game for me. Haven't played this team yet. So we got Drafty again. Widget's a really strong cleanup pet. And then same idea as before, we can Uncanny Luck for Spectral Strikes. Got Clone Dance. I don't know if I want to play Clone Dance twice in a row, though. Maybe we'll just play this team. We got... I like this team a lot. I think I'll just play it. It's not necessarily going to do well against, like, S-tier teams, like Bone Serpent, MPD. That's obviously going to do terrible versus Sandstorm, but... I think this is probably the first time I've had a team that has all three of these bleed abilities. So we got Maul, Feast, and Blood in the Water. And I think, as gimmicky as that is, it'll actually be effective because I have Rip to apply bleed, I have Whirling Talons to apply bleed, and even if they aren't bleeding, I still have Uncanny Luck to give myself a 100% hit chance with Feast and Blood in the Water. I have a huge weakness to flyers, but I don't see a lot of flyers except for darkness ones. Even then, I generally see more Bone Serpents, I feel like. Okay, so I feel like this is a fair matchup. He started with Zufu last time, so he does have Feed, which is really good that we know that, because it means I can probably start with my Violent Pultrid safely versus any of these pets. He's going to start with the Sunborn Valkyr. Gonna Whirling Talons. Okay, we got stunned. It's no worries. We'll swap while we're stunned. The question is, do I bring it Snarly or the Scrat? Scrat's gonna be weak damage versus humanoid, but he's not good versus... I think I'll bring in Snarly. So I ran out of time there, but so the Damp Scrat's really bad versus Zufu, but he's pretty good versus Little Ragnaros. I think I want to go for Blood in the Water. It'll hit somebody. He can't avoid it. All of his pets are bleeding right now. I'm assuming he has the heal here, so he'll probably go for that. I could actually bring in the Scrat here and go for another big hitting attack. I think the Flyer's a little better, though. It's hard to say. Maybe I should have used the Scrat, because I don't want him versus Zufu later, but it's tough because he's bad versus both of these pets, so... If he plays correctly... he can set himself up for a good 1v1, maybe. Alright, fortunately I had Resilience, so I couldn't be stunned there. I think what I want to do here is kill the Valkyr before he gets off another heal. He's doing some AoE damage, but this ability is pretty undertuned, so I'm not too scared of that. His heal is a priority move, so I don't want to let him survive for another turn, although I would like to get my Whirling Talons out. Okay, so he should have probably brought in Little Ragnaros to get that trap going. I think he needs some RNG on his side to win this. That's okay. Maybe he'll still have a chance, I'm not sure. Go for Whirling Talons. Ah, he missed. That is unlucky. Well, gonna stay in because this is a good matchup for me. Not sure if I go for Maul first. I think either of these will proc his Beast Racial, so I'll just go for Maul. And he went for Prowl. He should have just went for the feed because now he dies. Zufu's just not the best pet for PvP. Alright, can Little Ragnaros 1v3? I don't think so. I have a critter who's faster and can't be stunned because it's a critter and he's bleeding, so game over. Alright. Well, kind of fun teams right now. I think I'll queue some more later. I'm surprised that the queues are actually popping right now because it's like, right now I'm queuing this on midnight's out, so everyone's like leveling, but I guess there's still people pet battling. But video's getting kind of long, so I'm gonna cut it off there, queue some more later, see if I can get some good games. Yeah, I like this team a lot. It's kind of fun. The big downside I see is if I queue into like triple sunlight or something, or triple sandstorm, I just auto lose because I have no weather changer. And playing a team like this is kind of asking to queue into sandstorm because I have a lot of dots. Yeah, it's a fun team, but it's really only going to do effectively versus like other fun teams. It's not going to do great versus, it's not really going to have even a slight chance versus like a well-played Sunny Day Photosynthesis, or even like probably just one idol would probably shut this team down if it's played well. And then like if you have 2 or 3 sandstorms, you just auto lose. But yeah, I'm gonna end it for there. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'll see y'all in the next one.